What's up, guys? My name is Greg and I'm a full-time reseller. Today's video is on the platform MERCARI. These are 26 of my better sales for the month of January, and the last month of December I threw in there also. Let's get into it. This first item is a rainbow vacuum. I paid $4.99 for this, and it sold very quickly for $2.21. I took an offer on it. It had all the attachments, it had the hose, the extensions, everything. It was very clean. And as far as testing, it was as simple as just an on-off switch. It either sucked or it didn't. And this one had good suction on it. The lady left me great feedback and praise and said it's the only vacuum brand that she'll buy anymore because it's the only one that's worth a crap. Paid $17 to ship it. Like I said, $5 to cost of goods. So some great profit there. This is a Braun electric coffee grinder. I wish I would have taken this on a black background. It just kind of blends in and I don't like that. But picked these up for $1.99. Sold it pretty quickly for $35. Nothing too special, but definitely a good profit there. Here is a set of these Food Saver canisters. It's 3 of them. And what it does is there's a machine that you can attach to the tops of these, and it sucks all of the air, and it makes food stay better longer. Right now with the pandemic going on, a lot of people are doing emergency preparedness, and things like this are selling very well. So I think I have $3.99 or $4.99 into them. $48 is what they sold for, and very quickly. So good item here. Here's a pair of Merrell men's boots. I find Merrell constantly. Our thrift stores are just full of it here. There's that Vibram sole. Anytime you see Vibram, Contra Grip, things like that, that's a sign that you should at least look into it. Really good condition. Weren't listed very long. Went very quick. So $42. I think I either paid $4.99 or $5.99 for these. This is a Xerox toner, essentially a drum cartridge. In my experience, anything Xerox is money. I paid $1.99 for this. The box was open, but what really matters is that this package is sealed. I don't know if there's any value if that package is open, but as long as you find these sealed, you're good to go. This actually just went a few cities away, and it was very light, so I think I paid less than $10 to ship, $1.99 into it, and it sold very quickly. So $150 is not bad at all. Here's a pair of Crocs. Despite what a lot of people think when they think of the brand Crocs, Crocs are probably one of my biggest sellers next to Skechers. These went for $30. This is a leather up here. Not a great size either. They're a men's size 5 and a women's 7. Went pretty quickly. And $30. They might have even been first class shipping. But nice little sell there. I wouldn't have paid more than $5 for these. I want to say I even paid $3.99. So good sell there. Here's a pair of Tony Lama boots. I was really happy about these. I paid either $8.99 or $9.99, not more than right around $10. I didn't pay much for these. I get really good prices on boots here in Colorado. These were excellent condition. They had a little bit of scuff on the toes, but beyond that, very nice. They're part of the El Rey line, which is, just a line of Tony Lama, but it seems that they're usually better quality and usually made with an exotic leather. I actually wasn't sure what this leather was when I first saw it, but it was just a Google search of Tony Lama El Rey and then scrolling until I saw something that looked familiar. With boots like this, people who pay hundreds of dollars for a pair of boots, they know what they're looking at. So if you call them something wrong that they're not, they'll definitely let you know. But very quick sale, sold fast. I honestly wish I would have held out. I could have gotten a lot more for these, but $10 or so into 300, I'm not complaining. Here's a Zojirushi, if I'm saying that right, bread maker. There's only one picture because sometimes lifts perfectly, drops the photos, and I don't realize, and only the first one stays for some reason. I don't know if it's something I'm doing or what, but that goes to show what a good brand this is, selling with just one photo. $112. I don't pay more than $3.99, $4.99 for bread makers, so that's a great flip. As far as I know, this Zojirushi is the king of bread makers. It's always been money for me, and a lot of money, and has always gone quickly. What's special about this one is I wish I had the photos. It's the bread pan inside is twice as big as the normal bread maker, and then there's also the two paddles inside just to help mix the batter up. So an awesome sell here. If you ever find Zojirushi, it's definitely worth looking into. Here's a pair of Doc Martens. Nothing too special. They were a little scuffed up and marked. Otherwise, I think I could have gotten a little bit more for them. Sold for $40. I have $4.99 into them. Doc Martens are really popular again right now, especially the ones that have the big platform heels. So be on the lookout for Doc Martens. These are On Clouds, and I've seen this brand before, but prior to knowing about Google Lens, I had no idea what this name was or how to search that, so I would always leave them behind. But I saw these and I had the knowledge about how to use Google Lens, so I figured out what the brand was. It's On Cloud, and comped them, and they comped very well. I sold these for $58, and they sold within a week of listing, and I paid no more than $5-6 for these. Here is a Ninja blender pitcher. I love picking up Ninja products. They sell, you can part out, each little piece. The lid will sell individually, just the empty base, the blades will sell. Like I said earlier, I'm not in the business right now of parting things out like that. So $44 I'm happy with. I bought this as the whole set, so the base and all the pitchers and all the different blades. So I probably have $5 or less into this. Here's a pair of Hoka 1-1s. These were in great condition. Very little. I hate getting my hands in the pictures. Very little signs of wear. Very clean. A lot of tread left on them. A lot of times when I find Hoka 1-1s, I get so excited and I don't take the time to look over them. Hoka 1-1 has kind of been talked up as like a holy grail almost in the reselling community. And so I get so excited when I find them, I forget to check them like I would any other shoe. Luckily, this wasn't the case on these. They sold very quickly for $70, and I want to say I paid $6.99 for these. Luckily, our thrift stores haven't figured out what Hoka is yet, and so they're still priced on the low end. Here's a pair of Larry Mahan cowboy boots, or cowgirl, I guess you should say. Once again, sold with one photo, but that goes to show you how good of a brand it is. Sold for $92. I have $6.99 into them. I took lower than I should have on these as well after checking the comps after I made the sale, which came in within a few hours. I probably could have gotten more like $130 for them. But still happy with that. A great flip. I believe Larry Mahan was bought out by Tony Lama. I think. So I may be wrong, but I believe any Larry Mahan you find today is vintage. So that'd be worth putting in your description, if it is. Here's a pair of Justin Western boots. Good condition. Got these for $8.99. Just a good overall brand. Justin, Ariat, Lucchese, Tony Lama, all brands to be on the lookout for when you're looking at boots. These boots were in great condition, but I'm also not afraid to pick up boots that need some polishing or need some work done because there's just so much money to be had in boots. Whereas with tennis shoes, for the most part, I want them to be in excellent condition in order to pick them up and be worth my time. But boots definitely have some value, so make sure you're looking at those. Here's a pair of Ugg boots. Maybe not the familiar style that most are used to seeing. These sold for $60. The outside's like a leather, and then they have that shearling lining inside. Great condition. Sold for $60, and I have $7.99 into these. Here's a pair of Farini boots. Not the greatest sale. I like this brand, but I don't often pick it up. Sold for $38, which isn't bad, but I think I had $8 into them. They have that cross, like, inlay, I guess you call it, is what I called it. And good sale overall, though. $38. Here's a pair of Technica boots. The ones I always find are made out of goat hair, and they kind of look like a moccasin almost. But every time I pick these up, they sell quick for me. There's that made in Italy. Anytime you see made in Italy, made in USA, anything that's not made in China is worth at least looking into if you're not familiar with the brand. These did have some wear on them right here. There's like a natural crease almost. And then the toes, I always find these and there's always a little bit of hair missing on the toes. Just for natural use, I think. But still sold for $40. I have $4.99 into them. There's a pair of Rocky boots. I just recently found this brand, actually. There's the Gore-Tex label. Anything Vibram, Gore-Tex. If you don't know the brand, if you see those two names, it's worth looking into. It generally means quality. Good overall pair of boots. Sold for $40. And I have no more than $8 into these. Here's a pair of Ariats. These are in really nice condition. I did have to polish the bottoms of them because they were scuffed up and had some nicks and marks. But nothing that isn't quickly covered up by just some cheap kiwi polish from Walmart. Sold these for $42. And they sold pretty quick. Here's a pair of Bogs. This is the first time finding this brand, or at least noticing it. They're like a outside, I don't know if you'd call it a rain or a snow boot, but this is like a plastic almost. They're insulated, good quality, very clean. Sold them for $40, so kind of on the low end, but good sale overall. Here's a pair of Sorel Joan of Arctic fur-lined boots. Anytime you see this fur on top of the boots, they're worth looking into. Sorel also has another boot called the Kate the Great, I believe, and those can be some money. But so between that brand or that model and this Joan of Arctic, they can go for some good money. Sorel's also a Bullo brand in general. These were pretty clean, had some scuff marks, had some nicks, but sold for $62 pretty quickly. Here's another Ninja pitcher. This is a 72-ounce version, and if you don't know, it's literally just written on the side 72 ounce. Sold it with the lid. There's a blade inside of there. I could have sworn there were more pictures, but I guess they got lost in the transfer. Sold for $52 pretty quickly. And like I said, if I was on eBay right now, I would have sold the lid individually. I would have sold the blade individually. But on top of that, I'm just trying to get things out the door and get them moved out. $50, less than $5 into it, though. That's a good flip. Here's a pair of Skechers. I think I said earlier I love picking up Skechers. They sell very quickly for me. Maybe not huge value, but definitely worth selling because most thrift stores don't value them. They fly off my shelves. They are probably one of my fastest selling brands. These sold for $39. I'm not exactly sure. It's less than $10 though, for sure. Probably $7.99. This is a Black & Decker Space Maker. Another one where just laziness, I should have taken it on a black background. But the reason these are, I don't know if these were popular prior to the last year or so. But these are popular now because tiny living's popular, RV life, van life, that kind of thing. Just minimalism in general. And what these are is they mount under your cabinet just to save cabinet space. And this didn't come with the mounting hardware, which I think I mentioned in the description. Usually I don't find them with the hardware, but they still sell just fine without it. Black & Decker makes the Space Makers, so does GE. I'm not sure if there's any other brands. Under the Space Maker line, though, there's also a coffee maker, radio, a knife sharpener, a little confection oven. So anything Space Maker is great. Make sure you put that in the title, obviously. But great flip, $65. I have $3.99 or $2.99 into this, so... This is an iWalk 2.0 hands-free crutch. What you do is your knee goes on this little platform, and then you just strap yourself in, and it's basically like crutches, except you just walk like normal. It has that Vibram bottom. This was in great condition. Usually people get these and they only use them once. Well, not, for their duration of their injury. And then after that, chances are they're not gonna, hurt themselves again, so they end up getting rid of them. This one was missing, let's see. As you can see, there's like straps that strap your leg in. So 2 there, and then there's supposed to be 1 right here, and that one was missing. So that dropped the value a little bit. These sell easily for $100 or more. Just because that strap was missing, I priced it down just a little bit. I did have this cross-listed to Facebook, but they immediately took it down as a medical device, so just so you're aware. Nothing happened to my account, but I'm sure if I post enough things like that, eventually it'll start hurting me. But Mercari had no issue with it. I even messaged Mercari beforehand and asked if this would be okay to put on, because I have had dings before for trying to sell quote-unquote medical devices, even though this is not a prescription. They said it was good to go, so I threw it up, and it sold within a few weeks. $5 into this, so I pick these up whenever I see them. This last item, again with the photos, sorry about that. This is a well-built bread machine. Have no more than $5 into it. Probably more like $3 or $4. Took a long time to sell. This has been listed since the end of November, but sold just a day or two ago for $80. So happy with that. Maybe that's why my bread makers aren't selling, actually, is because a lot of them seem to only have 1 photo to them. So I'll have to look into that. But bread makers aren't selling as well as they were at the high point of the pandemic, but people still buy them. I'll get this shipped out for $12 or $15 through FedEx and the Mercari label. So good sale overall. I did want to show you guys that Mercari has a new seller dashboard, and you just get to it by hovering over it's only on desktop. Hover over your photo or click it, and then hit seller dashboard. I couldn't necessarily use it for right now because it only lets you do the past 24 hours, 7 days, 30 days, and because I'm a couple days into February and also wanted to show a couple sales during the last week of December, I couldn't really customize it. But for the last 30 days from this point right here, I've brought in $1,600 in revenue with a profit before cost of goods of just under $1,200. This month I've listed 129 items, 28 sales. Here's all these analytics for people that are interested in that kind of stuff. 0 returns, 0 cancellations. This shipping time I really want to work on. I'd like to get that to less than 24 hours. This response rate is how many messages you respond to. And this month I've really tried to work harder on responding to every message, even when it's unnecessary. I think when the platforms give you information like this, that it potentially could count against you and go against your metrics. Whether it can or not, I'm not completely sure, but I don't want to risk it. So even when people just send me a thank you, I always make sure to have the last word, pretty much, just because I want to get this response rate higher and hopefully get me boosted in the rankings. Maybe it's a waste of time, maybe not, but I'm going to do it. Active listings. I only have 195 active listings on here right now. I realized that I had stuff everywhere. I had stuff listed on Mercari that wasn't on Poshmark, stuff over here that wasn't on there, stuff that had already sold and that was still listed. So about a month ago, I went and deleted almost every single one of my items and just started over fresh. So definitely by next month, I'd like to have this number much higher. And that is it. So thank you for watching. This was my first What Sold video, so let me know if I talked too much or could have went faster or slower or what I could improve on. Thanks for watching.